Hello, hello, hello. Here we are at the third Global Empowerment Summit, the fifth weekend and the last interview. I'm so happy to share this moment with Samuel. Hi, Samuel. How are you today?
Hey, Andrea. I'm doing great. Thank you, and thanks for the invitation. And hello, everyone, guys and folks that are following us. And I'm more than happy to participate to this event.
Thank you so much for bringing your smile. It makes me feel that we are doing a good job here for 5 weeks, and closing with you will close the summit also with a big smile. So thank you so much, Samuel. And we are having a very specific topic today about a very niche market that you are tapping into. But before we get into that, I would love to introduce you a little bit, and I mean that with that is that an authentic introduction is the best. So please introduce yourself.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Andrea. Well, I'm Samuele Barrilli. I'm an Italian guy, and I'm the first marketing expert for waste management companies. It's something that is strange, that appears more than strange, because we are talking about marketing in waste companies that usually we think about waste as a service and a solution to something. But I arrived to that thanks to my studies that I ate for probably 10 years, because I started studying chemistry because I'm son of two chemists. And probably it wasn't my DNA, probably that, but I'm not so sure about that. And well, I started studying chemistry. I took a degree in toxicological chemistry, and after I started to study marketing, and I arrived to 2019 when I found a solution, or better, I asked myself, how can I help this planet, doing something combining my experiences and my studies. And starting from that, I created the first marketing agency totally dedicated to waste management companies that apply marketing to help waste management companies to impact positively on our environment and our planet, and that save our planet. And that is only to give you a short introduction.
That's so nice. And we have a chemical engineer here in just below. Achan is already saying hi to you, Samuel from Malaysia.
Hi, Chan. Nice to meet you, Chan. Thanks for following us.
So nice to hear about this, and I can just imagine how much fun you must have had when your parents are talking at home about all the chemical ingredients, and then you as a kid were like coming home, oh mom, I found this new thing, what is this?
Yeah, it was
an interesting thing.
Yeah, it was really nice and really strange, but as I told you, I don't know, probably it impacted on my life a lot, because at home was common to talk about the molecules, to talk about atoms, talk about a lot of different things, and that was on our daily life was something so diffused, and was strange live outside this environment. But at the same time, I found that thanks to their teachings, and I discovered an interesting aspect of life and environment, because when I was a student, I was not so happy about my studies, but combining my studies with the teachings of my parents, and seeing what was happening and what is happening on our planet, I found that connecting all the single dots, I created something that nowadays is solving a lot of problems all around the world, and that's really important. And it's like I defined my mission starting from that, and I'm more than happy and thankful to my parents for what they shared with me when I was a child, and what they continue to share with me sometimes, because when we spoke on the phone, we continue to talk about chemical things all the days, and that's really interesting. Yeah.
It's a very chilled cold phone call. Oh, hey. How are you
Yes.
today? What did you find yesterday in the sample?
Yeah, no, it's not this type, but it's similar, because if you read sometimes when I call them, have you read this article? Yeah, but if you read this, there are more interesting results on this research. Okay. It's always everything is connected with the chemical, and it's something that for me is really important, and I share that with a lot of positivity, especially with the people, and even with our clients, when we are starting to talk about how we can help them to impact positively on our environment.
Love it. And the title itself is First Marketing Expert for Waste Management Companies. So there is something here that we need to maybe clarify. So what are you doing for the waste management companies? Because waste management companies are especially those companies where the waste is delivered and they do something with it. Am I right?
Yeah, you're right. And consider that waste management companies are companies usually all around the world that collect and manage waste. In some cases, there are differentiation, because there are companies that only collect the waste and others that manage the waste. But generally speaking, using waste management companies, we talk about all the waste companies, or the companies involved in waste. And what we do with marketing is to help them to increase their capability, their ability to collect waste, but not considering waste as a waste, but considering waste as a material, because that's the most important point. Nowadays, if we watch all around the world, we are approximately 8 billion people, and every one of us produce waste, because it's part of our daily life. When we eat a banana, when we eat an apple, when we eat there are small parts that remain, but this part can be used in other application. And we are talking about these small parts that are materials, first of all. And with our marketing strategies, first of all, we help them to collect these materials in a way that is helpful for the community, for the citizens, for everyone. Because if we use as an example, the skin of the apple, or the banana, we are able to produce compost that is possible to use as a fertilizer for the lands and for the other cultivations. We can produce from them. We can produce alcohols that are usable as a fuel if we need to produce fuel, but that are usable in a lot of different type of application, from the conservation of some goods and some foods, for the production of drugs, for the production of whatever is needed. And if we watch this material in a different way, and if we help the citizens to understand that what they are producing is not a waste, but is a material that is possible to be used in a different way to produce another value for the community, we help the planet to face and solve the problem that we are having in terms of the waste problem all around the world. And at the same time, the other advantage is that we help them especially when they collect plastics, paper, iron, and the other materials, to sell, to create a marketing strategy to sell this secondary raw material, the material that they collect, to companies that need them to produce new items, new goods, and we help them to create we help them through our marketing to become real actors of the circularity on our planet. And that is what we do, talking about marketing for waste management companies.
So what I understand is you are accelerating the recycle process, basically, and the recycling process, and you are the engine behind this. So you are helping the companies to resource the material which is just hanging out and no one takes it, so they can collect it. And then on the other side, you are also helping the other side of the outcome. When they already dealt with the waste, they formed it into something, or they just collected it, and there are other companies who are recycling it and producing new items. So you are actually at the end of this thing and the beginning, because you are just starting and making it faster, so that it's accelerating the process. It's beautiful. It's nice to understand that that's how it's working, and that marketing can be used for something like this. I think that's the amazing idea here.
That's the most important point, because it's not only thanks to the chemical knowledge, but there is an important aspect that is connected with the human behavior. Because if we analyze the different applications of marketing and the different roles that marketing can play on our society, we can see that marketing, especially in the past, was used to educate people to a solution, to the use of a product, to whatever there is. And we continue to use this important role of marketing on what we are doing, because we, first of all, we help the waste management companies to educate their audience, citizens. If they collect the waste from citizens, the hospital, if they collect biohazard waste, as an example. And we help them to create content to educate their target audience, and at the same time we use marketing on the other side to educate the companies on the advantages to purchase material that is obtained from waste. Because there is what I found, and what we found as a company, is that unfortunately there is a misconception about the secondary raw material obtained from waste, because companies think that the secondary raw materials, probably due to the name secondary, are different from the virgin raw materials. In most of cases, and that's there are a lot of demonstration on that, especially nowadays. We are talking. There are a lot of rumors about the lithium batteries used in cars, and not only. There are recent studies that demonstrate that lithium can work better, especially if was already used in a old battery. And that's really, really interesting, because it demonstrates that the secondary raw material obtained from lithium battery can be very, very impactful on the production of the production of more efficient batteries. And that's really really amazing. And we are using marketing to educate the companies about the fact that the secondary raw material in most cases are more resourceful than the virgin material. In this way, we reduce even the production of the virgin material. That if we watch about the the different mines, the different processes that are all around the world, we are facing a lot of shortages. We face a lot of shortages in the previous months connected with the problem of extraction of raw materials, because in some cases the resources are limited, but in other cases there are environmental problems behind companies. And if we change this approach, we are able to solve the waste problem from one side, and from the other side we are able to give a continuity to the production.
No, I love it because it's like the second-hand shops, right? If I want to make it interesting or very, very easy to understand, it's like a second-hand shop for clothes. So you go there, you take that lithium battery, which has already been used, and using that to produce new batteries, it's actually easier and better than taking the raw material and from scratch creating the lithium battery. So I totally understand, and I think this is a wonderful concept. And I'm just thinking that maybe that can be also something that can be a solution for all the problems, using professions like marketing, basic powerful professions to step into this, and not thinking about how other people can solve sustainability. But like a marketing professional, instead of working for a big brand and selling more waste, I'm going to work for a company which is not doing that and reusing the material.
Consider that I'm sure about that. Marketing is the solution to waste problem on one side, and is again the solution for a sustainability production, because if we talk about the advantages that we can obtain using on the production process, using the secondary raw material, there are I'm sure that we are able also to increase the number of clients, because nowadays there is a different sensibility about the environmental impact of the production. And I'm sure that we are able also, and that's something important, to change the positioning of the companies in their market, because if you use a raw material that is obtained from waste and not from a mine, from a chemical process, you are able to impact positively on the environment, and you're able also to increase the positioning of the company and to respect the environment. But not only, you're able to attract customers that are connected with the environment, and that's something really impactful.
Yes, something very interesting is also that you are involving the education part, that the company is educating also. So that means that it's not just solving the actual situation by educating the audience, so the consumers, but it's also educating the producers or the waste management companies and other companies. So it's creating a chain of knowledge share, which is accelerating the process again. And then you put the marketing on the top. So it's kind of a magic machine, spreading the news and at the same time walking the talk.
Absolutely, yes. And consider that only sharing value, that because that's is the real part. We share value about what the companies, our clients' companies, do with their different approach. And educating, the education is something really important, because only if people know the real value that they have in their hands, in their homes every day, they are able to understand how they can dispose better these materials, and how they can save these materials for a production process.
Yeah, it's an amazing idea. So thank you so much for
Pleasure.
introducing for us. And basically, why I wanted to especially invite you is because it's 100% thinking out of the box. Because a lot of people who I see and I meet in the workflow and the workspace, they are just thinking of having a job that is actually everyone else is having. What you have been doing with your company and with your friends is creating something 100% new, and using the marketing for something 100% different,
Yeah,
instead of helping the the consumers world and pushing the waste to pile it up.
yeah,
You decided to work on the other side, and this is a free choice, and
yeah.
this it's amazing to see that you chose that.
Thanks. Thank you so much, Andrea. Thank you so much.
So we
Yeah,
have a few comments.
yeah,
Alchan is here. Alchan is saying that waste frying oil from McDonald's and KFC, for example, are correctly collected for recycling. So that's one of the comments from
yeah,
Alchan. Then we have also from him, we used plastic bottles, resins, and many fiber
yeah.
yarns. Maybe you know them better. Needs to be recycled to meet the SDG goals. And then Udumna is saying hi. So it's very interesting because we are around the world. Udumna is from Africa, Alchan is from Malaysia, and you are where are you now in Europe?
I'm in Lisbon, in Portugal at the
Lisbon,
moment.
Portugal,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
and you are Italian, and I'm
yeah,
Hungarian, so it's kind of a meeting of the whole world
yeah.
at the same time. Very interesting. So, what are the next steps for you as the first marketing expert? Will you expand your team and actually educate more
Yeah,
marketing experts on waste management?
absolutely, yes. Consider that we are expanding the team because we want. Because my mission is to help 6,000 companies all around the world before the 2027, and uh, and for that reason we are now expanding the company and we are now involving new team members, especially in the marketing division, because in marketing we teach them first of all to a different approach of marketing, because nowadays marketing seems everything digital marketing, but we use in a lot of areas we use the old school marketing with paper letters made on recycled paper, and with everything connected with the sustainable approach that we use. And at the same time, we are now expanding again the coverage of the world, because now we work in North America, we work in Southern America, we are working in Africa, we are working in Europe, but we are jumping again in Asia and India, Singapore, and China. And for that, we are expanding the company and increasing the number of the team members, and they work remotely, because usually they work remotely, and it's the idea that I've in mind for the company is to create some marketing ambassadors for the waste world, because that's something really impactful, and that it's able to solve the waste problem that grow every year with the growth of the population.
Yeah, and I think that's something so important because we were just talking to one of the sustainability experts here in Malaysia, Terry Gani, who is doing all sorts of also education and also programs for people to know about it. And we were telling like 27 years. I mean, nothing happened, right? There was just a meeting and it was started 27 years ago to do something about sustainability. And well, it's worse than it was. So let's hope for the best, that your efforts will be well met, and you will have your ambassadors. And I'm definitely helping you. If you need resources, let me know, because we have people all around the world. So if you need someone, we can help you to find talents in marketing.
Okay.
So Samuel, thank you so much for the interview. And as a last question, I will just ask you, where can people reach out to you if they would like to know more about the company and your activities?
Thanks, first of all, to you, Andrea, for the invitation. And people can reach out to me going on our website, marketingforwaste.com, where 4 is a number. Or they can find me on my LinkedIn profile, on LinkedIn /Samuele Barilli, and they can find me easily, and they can send me an email contact directly, even with direct messages, and it will be my pleasure to answer them. I lost your audio?
Yes. So I just put it in the comments. So marketingforwaste.com. So if you would like to reach out to Samuel, please do so. And we have one more question so we can answer this. So Udumna is having a question. Do you find marketing and its feedback easier at the rural areas or at urban areas?
Oh, well.
I think that's a good question.
Great question. Consider that we approach in different ways, rural and urban areas. And urban areas are in function of the region of the world. It depends. But in urban areas, we obtain faster results than in rural areas. But we obtained great results, especially in India, 2 years ago, approximately, with an offline campaign used to educate people about the simple waste segregation, recyclable and not recyclable. And we used paper flyers that we diffused door to door in the area. And I'm sure that the results are different, but in rural areas, it's easier to change the behavior than in urban areas.
It's true, because they are closer to nature, right?
Yeah.
They didn't learn their ways.
They know better what is necessary to do to avoid waste. That's the most important point.
Love it. So let's learn more about the rural areas and how they are still close to nature and how they are not throwing things around. And please reach out to Samuel and the company Marketing for Waste if you have some questions or if you would like to connect with them. And thank you so much, Samuel, for being here and for doing this interview. I wish you an amazing afternoon in Lisbon.
Thank you.
See you very, very soon. And thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you. Thanks all. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. So this was Samuel, and we have been traveling all around the world with these 133 interviews. I'm super happy, and thank you so much for all the speakers who have been here in the last 5 weekends with me and delivering all this value, what we could give to you. And Samuel, you're still here. They are saying that the website is amazing. So they love the website already, and I hope they will reach out to you, because this is an amazing experience what we just had, that when someone is turning around marketing and using it for good, it can be something so different. For many, many years, marketing has been selling cigarettes, has been selling things that are just making the situation worse. And when someone is using it for good, for actually turning it back and saving the world, I think that's just amazing. So please keep following your dreams, but make make also sure that you're working for the good side. That's the message from Samuel. So thank you, guys. We are continuing now in the metaverse exploration, fashion-themed networking space that Jamie was creating for us. So we will hop into a Zoom room and in an application that is taking us to a virtual reality designed for us, where we will check out some fashion shows and we can network and learn about metaverse and how is it today. So see you guys in the Zoom link. Join us, and we will have a little bit of tutorial. We are starting in around 2 minutes, and then after that we are using our mobile phones to show you how to jump into the space in the metaverse. So see you guys, have a beautiful evening, and see you in the metaverse.